Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, June 22, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. How do we look at life? How do we view life? As Osho said, life is not a problem. It's mystery to be lived, loved, and experienced. We have three basic responses to life. Basic. There's others, but three basic responses to this life. The first is resisting what is, where our body contracts, tightens, and contracts. This occurs whenever we feel threatened, out of control, upset, or hurt in some way. The second response is allowing what is. Allowing what is. This is an experience of trust, release, and expansion. We interpret life as a safe, loving, nurturing place where we can relax and truly let go. Our lives feel open, exotic, and spacious. Third response contains components of the first two, yet is more of a neutral, non-identified response. From this place, we are truly detached from the body. We have no opinion, no identification with these thoughts passing through, and are free from all forms of judgment, limitation of any experience that arise. In each of these three responses to this life is the possibility of discovering your own awareness. Life has given us the opportunity so that we may essentially be able to experience the totality of our divine existence. Now, if and when you take a closer look, you'll notice that all three of these experiences happen to you every day on some subtle or intense level. Your body-mind will contract with suffering, expand with joy, or not really have any particular response at all. It all depends on where your awareness is fixated. Wherever your awareness flows, as we know, energy goes, and manifestations grow. You attach to or avoiding certain people, thoughts, feelings, or experiences, you will create some form of suffering. Transcending suffering means embracing and releasing each of the three conditioned responses immediately as they arise. It means you're realizing that you're not this body, nor any of the thoughts that flow through it. You've become self-realized and know that who you are is that which is beyond. All knowledge can never be fully known. Our perception of reality is based on thoughts we agree to be real and true. The color of the blue sky may be very calming and soothing to some girl who is lying on her back in a warm field of grass, who is being absorbed by the deep blue yonder. An air traffic controller may not even notice the sky has any color at all, as he is panicking about two planes trying to land at the same time. A newborn baby may not even know what the color blue is, and can be looking at the sky and never notice anything blue out there at all. All the words that form the thoughts in our mind were given to us by others. All of them. Okay? All the words that form the thoughts in our minds were given. It was given to them. Given to them. When we drop attachment to the words, it's easier to let go of the thoughts and ideas behind them. Wherever you focus your attention determines what you will experience, period. You are that powerful. When we master our ability to be the watcher of the word on the thoughts, we will never get caught in a world of suffering again. We will see that we are the ones who form all perception and create our version of reality in each moment. And the essential key to mastering the mystery of life is being this ever-present awareness. This means you are an opening, a blossoming of life, and a willingness to experience each new moment of this life, whatever it brings. You are being aware of your body, listening to the signals that are telling you when you are contracting, attached to, or in avoidance of anything. By simply being an open vessel to experiencing life in all its flavors and colors, you can let go of needing to always be in control and start flowing with the river. Just as each great symphony hits the highest and lowest notes on every octave, life will play its high and low experiences through us. Now, whether you choose to resist the negative or hang on to the positive is what determines your bliss and freedom. It's your choice, no one else's. How often have you found yourself gripping with anxiety or fear over some situation you thought was going to happen, yet never did? It's an everyday occurrence for many of us who are in a state of over-identification with their mind. Westernized society has trained, programmed, and conditioned you to react instead of respond consciously to information about the past, future, from a place of fear. You are most likely already in a state of contraction before you even hear, feel, and see what's about to happen next. With all this unconscious contractive energy buried inside, you must choose to make a valiant conscious effort to transcend this debilitating pattern. The only way is through intensifying your awareness. Several years ago, scientists did a study on human perception. Found that we spend only 2% of our time, listen to this, 2% of our time in the present moment. The other 98% of our time is spent in illusions our mind creates about the past and the future. We are completely missing the reality that is here now. What is happening now is the only thing that is real. And to pay attention to some thought that happened last week is to ignore this powerful and deeply amazing universe happening now. Every one of us, to some degree, has an inner drama addict who is unconsciously addicted to hearing about the latest news, the town gossip, what horrific things are happening around the world. It can even get sucked into the thrill of watching some stressful dramatic movie if life starts to become too repetitive, dry, or predictable. Most of us would rather live our entire lives in this illusionary, dramatic world rather than let it go. Face the unknown. Live completely in the state of formless, non-identified reality. It's important to realize that this life, in its natural state, is very calming, healing, and peaceful. It is this unconscious saboteur inside who is responsible for manifesting extra unnecessary drama in our lives. It feels bored and thinks that the drama makes it feel alive. It now has a life of mission and purpose. Can feel useful again. Could even fix the problem that it's created and feel an even bigger reason for being here. If this sounds familiar, the question for you is, you didn't need a reason for being alive, and there was no reason for your existence. You still enjoy yourself and all the things you love doing. Whenever we step out of our typical mindset and move into the unknown zone of human existence, all sorts of magical and mysterious experiences tend to occur. It's vital to understand that everything you experience in life is part of your path, spiritual awakening. All roads lead to Rome. As all paths lead to enlightenment. Life is a mystery, to be lived, enjoyed, to celebrate. Your future will contain both painful and pleasureful experiences. Yet how you choose to respond to the circumstance is always up to you. You can dive heart first into each experience of life fully. You will always come out the other side with an expansive, loving feeling. This life's always testing you to see how sensitive your heart can become. You're here to explore what it's like to have a fully conscious, open heart that is surrendered to this great mystery each moment. It is a never-ending journey from the head into the heart. The divine mystery of this life is perfect. And when your heart remains open, its divine perfection will always be revealed to you completely and perfectly as it always is. It takes us to take courage to fully be alive. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. Oscar Wilde. Very true. You might have noticed that not all human beings you meet are truly alive. It takes a very brave soul to be vulnerable enough to show up and live life fully. Many people don't know how to enjoy their time here. They have many ideas about what their life should look like. And when it doesn't match their ideas, they stop enjoying life, feeling fully alive. Everything we do or don't do happens for a higher reason. This universe seems to know us more intimately than we know ourselves. You may have seen it proven repeatedly that life will deliver the exact perfect portions of success and challenges, force us to dive beneath our head trip, discover the real gold inside our hearts and souls. It is from receiving both the pleasureful and difficult gifts in this life that we wake up and become radically courageous beings. This is someone who has the strength to find solace in a hard time. Will use their spiritual path to manifest whatever successful, brilliant future they desire. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's an atom or a quantum particle, a quark, form. Every atom in this universe is divinely intelligent. And collectively, all these atoms know exactly what we need deep down, step into our highest passion and purpose. This all-intelligent divine source is designed to bring us to meet our greatest darkness so that we find the strength inside to deal with it and discover our highest potential. It never gives us more or less than what we can handle. Life situations delivered are exactly what our soul needs to expand, evolve, and grow. Sometimes it happens that the deeper the challenge is offered, the closer we are forced to find our most enlightened, liberating state. It's like when my father passed, unexpectedly, I was, let's see, I was 14. And it was interesting because when in the military, there's a lot different than civilian. And so, at that time, my brother-in-law, my sister's first husband, he was also in the military at the time. And we were walking into the view room of this little funeral parlor. And we get to go through the first doors, and we get to these, I don't know, swinging doors. And I stopped myself, and I said, what in the heck do I need to see an empty body? So I said to myself, why do I need to see an empty body? What's the reason for that? So I kind of backed up, but my brother-in-law, he stopped me, and he turned me around, he pushed. He said, no, you got to go in there. You got to go in there. So I went in there, and I looked at my father. He was, when you see a dead body, there's a soul in it. All the organs have been taken out, embalming fluid. Sometimes they stuff the chest cavity with newspaper. They did back then. And he had his full dress uniform on. But you could see how all the muscles had totally relaxed, and if you looked at an angle, you could see everything kind of droop. He was only 53. He wasn't an old guy. So it made me realize, and I felt it, that that was just an empty body. There wasn't a soul in it. It was kind of silly, in my perspective, it was silly to just look at this body. And it motivated me to the extent on how I viewed this life. How I knew that everything, it dawned on me really heavily that nothing is forever. That we all leave the body, whether it's, it's funny because we treat the bodies a certain way. Every one of us, our own opinions and our own directions, we treat our bodies a certain way. Then as the body begins to super deteriorate, because the older the body gets, the faster it ages. Okay? more breakdown. So then things just start to malfunction, and then we get really concerned because we really didn't pay any attention to it before. For years and years and years, we didn't look at it that way. And then you leave the body. Hear about Bill Johnson? Oh, what? He left. He left the body. You're kidding me. I was just talking with him. Yeah. You seem fine. Yeah, I know, but he's gone. You ever had those experiences? Your life, this life, where it motivated you to enjoy everything you can enjoy? Has it ever happened to you where it left an indelible imagery in you that you could, 2 hours from now, you could be gone? It doesn't need to be something wrong with you. You could just be gone. Now, my father, see, his situation was that the pure evil has what they call a heart attack gun. Looks like a gun, too. And they point it at the individual, the target, at the chest area, and it agitates, causes a heart attack. That's what happened to my father. Funny, because it was just before he was getting ready to retire, step down after 30 years. So there's no way of knowing for any of us how long do we have in this body. But see, most of us, we exist, and that's it. We just exist. We're caught up in all the things that we create for ourselves in this life. So we're constantly distracted. Most people will not take the time to get to know themselves. They think it's weird. They go, what? Really, truly get to know you. Spend time alone with yourself. And accept all parts of you. You know, many people will sit on a park bench and kind of think about things and say, and then they come down on themselves. They'll call themselves names, and why did you do this? And I can't believe you did this. And we drag that through our life. How many, in this very now moment, have you seen happy people? Genuinely happy, for no reason whatsoever. When was the last time that you, without outside stimulus, when was the last time you just felt happy? Can you remember? Pick a time, whenever it was, where you just were gosh darn happy. See, we rely so much on the ego mind without knowing about it. We don't have this awareness. That the ego mind basically guides us into what? Thinking. Worry, stress, fear, anxiety. About something. It's always something. Isn't it always something? There's always something that we conjure up for ourselves. It wasn't there before. And then, there it is. There it is. And so then it kind of nags at us and we go, well, okay, go away. It goes away, then it comes back. And most of us are interacting with that for a long time because once that one goes, another one comes in. And now goes, another one comes in. It just keeps going. It's crazy. Where's it coming from? Well, we have all these thoughts that aren't ours. They're not ours. They're not. It's crazy. And then we believe them because, you know, we're ego mind controlled. We believe that that's our thought. That, hey, you know. We might say, where does that come from? Then we say, why am I having these thoughts? And you ask yourself, when was the last time I was happy? You say, well, am I really concerned about what other people think of me? And if I am, why? It's crazy, isn't it? We take up the majority of our lives doing what? On average, okay? I'm not saying across the board, but for the most part, what? What do we spend most of our lives doing? Fearing. That's it. Fearing, which does what? Stops us dead in our tracks. There's things that we wish or want to manifest. The main thing that stops us is fear, which also does what? Doubt. Doubt. And then it cascades. How many times have you talked yourself out of something? How many times you had a conversation with yourself and you were really excited about something, and you had that feeling, that enthusiasm building, and then you kind of percolated on it and you start going, yeah, but what if this and what if that? And I don't know now. I'm wondering if I should even do it. Your enthusiasm starts to drop, siphon off, and then it just ends up going away. And then some of us on occasion will come back and say, I wonder what would have happened had I done that. Have you ever done that one? I wonder what would have happened if I would have done that. Wow, Frank did it, and man, it's been wonderful for Frank. And then ego mind comes in and says, yeah, but it probably wouldn't be wonderful for you. When was the last time you've actually felt what? Satisfied. Content. You remember the last time that was? Truly, though, where you just felt content. Completely satisfied. You weren't pulling at something out there, pining away over it out there. You were content. And then someone comes along and says, hey, want to join us, blah, 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 and you go, no, I'm good right where I'm at. Thanks anyway. Oh, okay. You ever done that one? We are the master, the commander. We are the overseer. We are the motivator. We are the enthusiasm, the excitement. We are the disappointment. We are the attachment and expectations. We're all of that. If you knew, let's just say, that you knew without a shadow of a doubt, okay, that you're the one creating your life. There's no doubt at all. You have 100% confidence, faith, and trust. That's what's happening with you, for you. What would you do, okay, or what courage would you have to create things that you desired, that you wanted? Because you knew that you were the creator, master, and commander of your life in this physical material world, in this organic material body. Maybe you've heard the statement, I'm riding the wave through life. And sometimes the wave disappears. What do you do then? Have you ever noticed, maybe there's always been a point in your life, for all of us at certain times, where there's nothing drawing us or pulling at us or trying to convince us of anything. We're in a state of peace. Not wanting, we're not projecting, we're just being. That's it. Just being. How many of us do that? Because it's a choice. I mean, it's not like, oh, I got to do this now. It's people decide, say, I'm going to do this. After all, aren't we here to enjoy life? Aren't we? I believe we are. I believe that all of us are here to enjoy life. Not to fight it, have a tug of war with it, where we sit here and say, well, how have you been? Well, I'm just surviving life. Surviving life. Sounds almost like a drudgery, doesn't it? And it does take every one of us to have courage to live this life to its fullest. Take courage. A lot of people have gone through certain instances where they have brought themselves out of it, but then there's a lot of people that just sink deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. No matter who they talk with, it doesn't make any difference. They just keep sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. And eventually they leave the body. You are here to save you. Huh? What does that mean? To discover who and what you are, so that you can tap in to a continuous, never-ending flow of abundance. And that's what the universe is. Where you enjoy life. And you'll create things that you aren't aware of. Just spice it up. Always. We always do that. That's where we'll sit there and say, oh, where did that come from? Right? And have you ever noticed when you're struggling with something, okay, it motivates you, doesn't it? After it's all said and done, you go, man, I feel like I've got a new lease on life, because that statement's very true, because we're just leasing our stay. It's temporary. We're leasing life. It's not permanent. It's not in physical material. And to discover who and what you are completely means that you will be in the heart mind 24/7, not be in the ego mind. As you know, that you master the ego mind, and then the ego mind, you may use it on occasion for certain things that are in a positive direction. And then eventually you won't use it at all, and it won't feel that it is needed, so it will just cease. Isn't it ironic that we are supremely powerful, omnipotently powerful, master and commanders of manifesting and creating, and we're immortal? Huh? Body isn't yet, but we are in the body immortal. We never die. And this is, most of us slant towards yesterday and tomorrow. And your most powerful time is in the morning. That's the most powerful time. Tensions. Like if you want to heal your body or you want to do something else, let's put it this way, that's the energy that we all experience first thing in the morning. Vivian Green made a great quote. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. This life is a huge bag of unique and special experiences, all designed to awaken us from the dream that we believe we are separate from God. Sometimes this waking up process can feel like being thrown naked into a bed of thorny yet beautiful roses. Other times, it can be like smelling the sweet aromatic fragrance of that rose in the morning sunshine. Whatever the awakening experience is, emotionally painful or deeply pleasurable, the closer we get to it, the more freedom becomes available for us afterwards. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Albert Camus. One of the greatest accomplishments any one of us can make in our lifetime is to never take anyone or anything for granted. Ever. Period. No matter what's going on with you, what's going on inside of you. Never take anyone or anything for granted. Our lives and health are always balanced on the edge of a very thin dime. We all know, right, with this COVID, everything we thought was stable can be taken away in a flash. So it's essential for us to consistently practice deep appreciation for what we have in this very moment, this very now, and express this communication with everyone we can share it with in our world. We must choose to become appreciation experts, feeling thankful for what is here now. And this gratitude for existence is deeply supportive of those we care about and cherish. When death comes knocking on your family's doorstep, life can feel very cold and dark for everyone in this family. So it is our job to give everyone whatever love we have to give. We may not realize it now, yet the love that we share ends up being the same love we will give back to ourselves when we exit this body and this life comes to an end. Life is, as we know, precious. Very, very, very precious. Each day that you still have your family here, healthy and alive, is a truly precious gift to be treasured. Cherish their being. Embrace their presence. Show your love and appreciation freely and generously. Recognize life's fragility, as this is what makes life so tender and precious. Take every opportunity you can to put away the phone and connect on a level that creates lasting memories. When we realize this precious truth about this life each day, we are guaranteed the most beautiful joy ride through it all. We can enjoy every part of the journey much more by learning this one small skill to appreciate others by letting go of past hurts and pain. The negative voices, arguments, criticisms, fault-finding from last week, last month, last year must be realized, released. If we are going to find real joy and appreciation within ourselves, this means we must choose to practice grabbing hold of the reins of our mind, training it to obey our wish, to share all of our love before it's too late. Best way out is always through. Robert Frost. So what can you do differently to share more joy, silliness, and laughter with your loved ones? Do you think you can stop taking your mental worries and emotional problems so seriously? One day they will all be gone anyway. Even if you fixed and healed yourself 100% perfectly, your body and mind will still die and be gone forever. So just consider this. When you wonder if you have time to offer loving, sensitive support, when you feel your family members might need it, don't doubt yourself. If you sense someone else is battling with a deep, dark pain, they are of your gene. And if you feel they are lying to themselves, it's probably true. You can help them by sharing the blocks you see in them with curiosity, kindness, and compassion, and asking them if they can see a way through. Remember, your time together is finite and irreplaceable. So honor it. Gratitude. Mindful presence. Join in meditation. I'll return to close sound. Take an easy, and slow breath in through the nose. Easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. You are both perfect and imperfect. This understanding creates a certain mastery over the ego and liberation of the mind. Do not let your mind place you in any prison, judging you as right or wrong or good or bad, because you are both. The one-sided mind can make us feel like a slave, and then we're continually following the ego's games of seriousness. You can be free from this seriousness. Just be sincere about enjoying this precious life. Yeah. Let's just choose to have fun with this moment of your life. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and following morning. We will return here Sunday, June 23, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Being the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. With your heart, let the magic flow